Day 2. The Foundation. The second day began with the same sense of purpose. The group was up with the sun, ready to continue the work they had started. Their tasks were clear. They needed shelter, food, and a way to defend themselves if necessary. Eaton, Amora, and Lyra led the effort to build a basic structure near the stream. They began by digging shallow trenches to mark the outline of what would become their first communal shelter. The stones they had gathered the day before were laid carefully in the trenches, forming the foundation of the structure. As they worked, they discussed the design, keeping it simple but sturdy, a rectangle with walls of stone and wood, topped with a roof of branches and leaves. While they worked on the shelter, Darren and Kira returned to the cave to clear it out. They used sticks and their hands to remove debris, smoothing the floor and making space for the others to sleep if needed. They also began to think about how the cave could be used for more than just shelter, perhaps as a place to store food or tools. Elan and Myra focused on gathering more food. They found more berries and also managed to catch a few small animals, rabbits and birds. They realized that they would need to find a way to preserve food for days when hunting or gathering might not be successful. It was a problem they would need to solve soon, but for now, they focused on ensuring everyone had enough to eat. Talon and Naira continued to scout the area, mapping out the land and noting where resources could be found. They discovered a small lake a few miles to the north, its waters filled with fish. This was a significant find, as it provided another source of food, as well as water if the stream ever ran dry. As the sun set on the second day, the group gathered around their unfinished shelter. They were tired, their muscles sore from the hard work, but there was a sense of accomplishment in the air. The walls of their first building were beginning to take shape, and they had food to share. "We're making progress," Lyra said as they ate, the satisfaction clear in his voice. "It's slow, but we're getting there." Amora smiled. "Yes, and we're learning. Every day, we're getting better at this, at surviving, at building, at living." Eaton looked around at the faces of his companions, their expressions filled with determination and hope. "We're building more than just a shelter," he said. "We're building a home, a place where we can thrive." The others nodded, their spirits lifted by the thought. As the second night descended, they lay together again, the unfinished walls of their shelter providing some protection from the cool night air. They fell asleep quickly, their bodies tired but their minds at ease.